Hello guys, I am Satyam and you are here on our one and all lovely channel Satyam Ideal Learning. And guys, today's topic is about forest ecosystem. So in our today's lecture, we will be discussing about what is forest ecosystem and the detail about it. Okay, let's start. At the very first, what is the forest? A forest is a large area of land covered by tall trees and may have dense undergrowth of bushes and shrubs. So it is a very large area of land and it consists of tall trees. It is covered by tall trees and may have dense undergrowth of bushes and shrubs. Okay, so this is the definition of a forest. This is the definition of a forest. Now see, forest cover about 30% of the earth's land surface. It covers only the 30% of earth's land surface, forest. Okay, so forest covers about 30% of earth's land surface and account for over 75% of its biomass. Okay, so and account for only 75% of its biomass. Okay, only 75% of its biomass. Now you will ask, what is biomass? Biomass is the total number of organisms in a given area of the environment. Okay, so biomass is the total number of organisms in a given area of the environment. I think this must be clear to all of you guys. Now, forests play a major role in slowing global warming. As you already know, in global warming, what happens? The carbon dioxide is there and it traps more and more heat, and that is why the global warming is occurring. So the composition in the air has been maintained by the forest. So forests play a major role in slowing down the global warming by sucking the carbon dioxide. Okay, by taking carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. When the carbon dioxide will be less in the air, then the global warming will not occur. I think this must be clear to all of you guys till here. And I want to tell you one more thing, that the forest also contributes in the water cycle and the maintenance of the soil. Okay, the maintenance of the soil also the forest is been contributing in the water cycle as well as in the formation and maintenance of the soil. Now, what does forest comprises of? What does forest comprises of? So the forest comprises of all the plants, animals and the microorganisms which are living in. Okay, so forest comprises of all the plants, animals and microorganisms that interact with the abiotic component of the surrounding area. Okay, so the biotic component interact with the abiotic component of the surrounding area for having the self-sustaining life. Okay, I think guys this must be clear to all of you. Now see, the productivity of the forest ecosystem is judged how the productivity of the forest ecosystem is judged. If I ask you the question, how the productivity of a forest ecosystem is judged, then what you will answer? So we will say that the productivity of the ecosystem is judged by the richness in the diversity of the flora and fauna. Okay, what are flora and fauna we will be discussing. Wait. Okay, so by the richness in the varieties, in the diversities, sorry guys, in the diversities of flora and fauna. So by how the forest ecosystem, how the judgment is there, How the judgment is there? How the productivity judgment is there? By the richness of the diversity of the flora and fauna. Now what are flora and fauna? Flora is the plant of a particular area and the fauna are the animals of that particular area. Clear this thing? Now we are coming on the layers of forest. Now what are the layers of forest? So the forest is divided into some layers. Okay. Now the main layers are three. The three main layers are forest floor, understory and canopy. Okay. So these are the three main layers. Forest floor, understory and canopy. Canopy is the tallest one and forest floor means the down one. Okay. And understory comes in the middle. Now we will be discussing about each of them. Now the fallen leaves, dead animals and the fecal matter etc. cover it. It covers the forest floor. Okay. So the fallen leaves, dead animals etc. cover the forest floor. Clear this thing? And various insects like termites, ants, earthworms, these are some of the insects which live on or under the forest floor. Okay, so these are some of the insects which live on or under the forest floor. Clear this thing? And they help in the maintenance and the maintenance of the soil. Okay, so they are helpful in the maintenance of the soil, these insects. Okay, termites, ants and earthworms. Clear this thing? And they also do the nutrition cycle. They also help in the nutrition cycle. Now understory. Now understory is the second layer. We have studied the forest floor. This is the first layer which is at the bottom and the understory. Now it is a kind of middle layer. It comprises plants that grow below the canopy layer is formed each season. Okay, before the canopy layer is formed each season, listen to carefully. Before the canopy layer is formed each season, it comprises plants that grow below the canopy layer. Okay, below the canopy layer. Below the canopy layer is formed, that is known as understory. So it comprises plants that grow below the canopy layer is formed each season, and those that can survive in the limited light that can penetrate through the canopy. Guys, canopy is the tallest one. So those plants which are below the canopy and they can survive in the little light. Okay, in the very little light that comes in the understory layer. Okay, so those plants that can survive in the limited light that can penetrate through the canopy, that light that can penetrate through the canopy, because canopy is the tallest one and below it there is the understory layer. Understory layer is there. Okay, so the plants which are able to survive in the limited light comes in the understory. Okay, these are in the range of heights like the herbs and the shrubs, no, and the young trees also. Now we will be coming on the canopy. At the very first, I want to tell you one thing about the understory. That some of the birds and some of the herbivores, they are in the understory. They live in the understory layer. Okay. Now we will be coming in the canopy layer. It is the topmost layer of the forest. So the canopy layer is the topmost layer of the forest. The topmost leaves and branches, the leaves and branches, I have written one thing extra. So, see, the topmost leaves and branches of these trees, the topmost leaves and branches of these trees form a sort of, wait a second guys. See, the topmost leaves and branches of these trees form a sort of dense mat at the top that casts shadow over the rest of the forest. Okay, so I think this must be clear to all of you. The topmost leaves and branches of these trees form a sort of dense mat. These are very tall trees, okay? Sorry guys. So these are very tall trees and they are also very mature trees also. So the topmost leaves and branches of these trees form a sort of dense mat. Okay, they form a sort of dense mat at the top that casts shadow. If there will be a kind of dense mat, then it will be casting the shadow all over the rest of the forest. I think this must be clear to all of you guys. This is about the forest ecosystem and the layers of the forest, no? And in the canopy layer, like monkey, hawks, these animals live. Okay, these animals are inhabited in the canopy layer. Bats also. So I think this must be clear to all of you guys. So thank you guys, and we will meet in the next time very soon. Bye bye.